Assalamualaikum and hello YouTube, my name is Nur Muhammad from NMWatch and we are back with the full review of this Martin SN0111A, right? So I've reviewed this particular piece, so basically initial review of this particular piece about 3 weeks ago, and this time around I'm gonna be giving you guys a full review of this piece, right? So ever since the release of this SN0111A, there's a version, the B version, with a teeth Tudor style dial with Tudor style hands, right? So those came at the same price point at about $235 US, but of course with every AliExpress brands I do urge you to get them during the sales, so that if you get these things during the sale, so chances are that you can get this for about $200 US or less, right? So, and what do you get for that $200 US? You basically got a 40 millimeters in diameter watch and the 13.4 millimeters of thickness and 47.4 millimeters in from lug to lug, and a lug width of 20 millimeters, right? So 316L stainless steel on the case and also on the bracelet, and you also got this brand spanking new micro adjust system from Martin, right? So of course there are a few other brands that have started using the micro adjust system on their watches as well, but still I haven't checked out a few of those, but of course I will get a few of them soon, right? So, and even the this is basically the second model from Martin that is using this on the fly adjustment system, which is very nice, right? So the color options or dial options for this particular piece is this one is the A version with the sword style hand or the Milsub style hand, and also you can get this in the Mercedes style hands. And of course the Tudor dial version came with a black and blue dial with the Tudor style hands, right? So other than that, they are basically almost the same. So, and of course they have updated me just I think last week, and about the titanium version they say that it will take a bit longer time. So if you guys are waiting for the titanium version, yeah, you need to wait a bit longer, right? So anyways, Seiko NH35 powered movement, which is nothing new in the AliExpress watch brands, but still for 235 or $200 US, is it worth the money? For me, yes, right? Because I do like the build quality of Martin, and I do think that they are, if one of the best, if not the best brand on AliExpress, right? So ceramic bezel insert with this fully gradiated bezel here, and we have this what do you call this, scalloped bezel here, so easy to grip, right? So okay, so the sound of the bezel is nice. Let me bring this to nearer to the camera, to the microphone. Okay, you can hear that the sound of the bezel is very nicely done indeed, right? So my version, it sometimes it does it beats to the bit misaligned to the left, but now it is okay. I don't know why, but still, yeah, there is a bit of back play there, right? So the dial is featuring this enamel dial with the apply indices, which is very cool in my opinion. And of course the minute track is printed in white, and the automatic and 300 meters of water resistance are also printed in white. The Martin logo is applied, which is nice, and the of course the Milsub hands are all polished, which it makes it look a bit blingy, right? So I've mentioned in my previous video also of the video title also that this is much better than the Steinhardt OVM that I used to own, which I still think so, because that Steinhardt is quite big and it's a bit bulky, and operating the bezel is, sometimes it is almost impossible to operate that particular bezel, right? So anyways, fully brushed case as I mentioned just now, but the major thing that I really do like on this particular model is the brush case, which is, for me, is much better than a polished case, right? Let's just zoom it a bit in. You can see that there is a sliver of polish chamfering from the middle of the case until at the end of the lugs here, which turns down a bit compared to the Steinhardt. And the crown, right? So we have this engraved Saint Martin logo here, which ensures that this watch is screw down and guarantee the 300 meters of water resistance. Of course, those are not tried and tested. You can see that we have a black gasket there to ensure the water resistance of this particular watch. Right, so operating the watch, of course, you click one, you can still feel the dead wheel of the NH35 moving, and you click to the second position, it will adjust the you can adjust the time, right? So let's just see do the 10-10, right? So screwing it back in is nice and easy to do. It is as is any other Seiko NH35 movement, right? So the grip on this crown is also very nice, right? So if there is another polish area where you can see here that on this crown guard here there is a polish area, but yep, that will, I don't think that is easy to scratch, because even if you try to scratch it, the first area that will take a bump or take a nick is this area. But yeah, still nicely done, I think, right? So the case back is featuring this sterile case back. You can see that I've scratched it already right? So yeah, so sorry about that. And of course the end link, all right? So the end link, let me talk a bit more about the end link. So this one, you can see that the end link here is featuring this female end link, but it's not really fully articulated female end link. But this bit actually can move quite a lot. All right, so if the design of this particular bracelet stops here, so that makes it not fully articulated. So versus, let's just compare it with the SN004. you can see that it is a fully articulated female end link, but because this design, you can see that there's a big gap here between the end link and the first link. But on the SN0111, so the gap is almost none. So that makes it quite impossible for this link to articulate more than that, right? So, yep, I do prefer this. There's no gap here, but yeah, still, sometimes this gap does annoys me a bit. But yeah, still, you have to compromise something if you want to get, a minimal gap between the bracelet and the end link, right? So the bracelet is featuring this O style design, so with quite an improved flex, by the way. And if you compare it with the SN004, there's a bit of flex there, right? So that may be some improvement for some, but yeah, still. Screwed in links, so yep, screwed in links is there, easy to use. Of course, Saint Martin does provide their own screwdriver for it, and we'll clasp here with this stamp Saint Martin adjustable system buckle here, and of course on this side as well, right? So I took out one link from each side, and as I showed before, this one is using this micro adjust or on the fly adjustable clasp here, so where you can push this one and push this button here and release, right? So you can adjust up to about 5 position. So 1 2 3 4 5, right? So yeah, I think let's do that again. 1 2 3 4 5, right? So yeah, normally I am on the, I think maybe I'm on this second one, right? So anyways, good quality system there, right? So fit and finish is nice. So the only annoying bit about this particular class is those screw thingy. So yeah, it's kind of annoys me a bit, but now I'm used to it. And if you want to get this particular class for your old not for your other Saint Martin watches, they have released a few model number that can use this particular class, and it is available on sale now at about $30 US, but the normal price is $50 US. And again, if you guys want to get anything from Saint Martin, do get it during the sales, right? So one of the model that can use that particular class is this SN004, right? So I'm going to be doing a separate video on that to show you guys how this one would fit on this particular watch, right? So what else? The sapphire crystal is featuring this dome sapphire crystal. I think it looks like a double dome sapphire crystal, which is good. And of course it does have an anti-reflective coating. There is a bit of blue hue there, but not really that bad, right? So anyways, let's just put it on the wrist. But before we do that, let's do a quick wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my Proxima PX1697, a brand new watch. I just received this a few days ago, and you know what, this is quite a contender for this San Martin SM0111, because for almost similar price as this San Martin, you're gonna get something, a case that is much more slimmer, and this thing has a PT5000 movement, right? So anyways, let's just compare it to the other few. Oh, you know what, let's just put it on and see how it looks like first, right? So this is how it looks on my 6.75 or 17 centimeters wrist circumference. Let's just zoom out a bit, right? So that is how it looks. Nicely done there, but yeah, still it does feel a bit heavy, because on this bracelet it weighs at about 145 grams, right? So competitors, you might ask, right? So competitors, there are a few. Of course, like I mentioned just now, almost similar price, this Proxima 1697. Yeah, difficult to beat this one because of the the high beat movement, also the build quality. Although Proxima is not yet there, but still it is close. And this thing didn't came with the on the fly micro adjustment, right? So another competitor that you might want to consider is this Ixdao&ipose. So I have reviewed this one a few weeks back, and yeah, this one also features the PT5000 movement, and the bracelet is excellent. Do bear in mind though, the bracelet, once you took it off and you want to put it back, it's really pain in the arse. So that's why I didn't bother to put it back here. And the other competitor that you might want to consider before getting this San Martin is this Cronos L6015. So for less than 200 bucks, you get this, modern sub shape with this excellent micro adjust system. Yep, of course, I'm gonna show you guys, right? So this is quite a nice bracelet system from Cronos, right? So we can just flip it like that and just move it along inside this particular clasp, so which is much easier to use, but then still. Okay, so and of course from the San Martin themselves, so this one, right? So I do think that in terms of wear, this one is much more lighter, and I do want to see if San Martin produces this SN004 with this micro adjust clasp, and then this is going to be perfect, right? So anyways, let's just before we do a loom check, let's just see this watch on a few other straps. Okay guys, so this is the SN0111 on a tropical strap from, I think, from Geelong, but this is the older version. The new version is a bit different, but yeah, still an awesome looking strap for just 10 bucks. And here is on another single pass strap from bluesharkstraps.com. So you can see that the material used is not your common seatbelt style strap, so it's kind of have that shimmer and shiny bit, but still good looking strap from bluesharkstraps.com. And now this is on a paratrooper strap from CNS watch bands, right? So it looks cool. Of course, it has that elasticity, so I just like this black, beige and maroon colorway. So what do you guys think? And yeah, let's go inside. Okay guys, so this is the San Martin SN0111A under the macro lens, right? So you can see that the enamel dial really shines from close range here. So you can see that the applied indices and also the applied San Martin logo looks nice from here, and the polish finishing on the hands are all polished nicely. I can't see any dust whatsoever. That might be on top, and you can see that the applied indices are all nicely done as well, right? So some mentioned that the rehaut is a bit too thick. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that, but yeah, still what can you do, right? So and the bezel, the ceramic bezel insert also nice, and I do hope that they make this a full loom version, but yeah, still it doesn't have that, right? So the finishing on the scallop bezel is nicely done as well, and the brush finishing on any of San Martin is nicely done, and the polish beveling is also nicely done as well, right? So the brush finishing on the bezel on the bracelet is nice as well, and the clasp, the San Martin hexagon logo stamp here is nicely done as well, right? Overall, the case finishing and the bezel finishing is top notch on any Saint Martin for that matter. So stamp crown here, and the grip is nicely done as well. You know what, let's just see if we can check out that, yeah, that is the black gasket that I showed you just now, right? So let's move on let's move to the next stage, which is we're going to be charging all of these 5 watches that we have on the table here and see how the loom performs. Of course, Saint Martin is not going to skimp on their loom because they are, you know, one of the most expensive, if not expensive, brand on AliExpress. Are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, and boom, you can see that in this not so dark situation, the BGW9 Super Luminova on the Saint Martin shines brightly. Even if let's say you charge it, we are at 11 o'clock, it will still shine brightly up until 5:30 a.m. in the morning, right? So let's just compare it to the Proxima. Yeah, nice loom there as well. And when you compare it to the Ixdao&ipose, right? So this ipose is using the C3 Super Luminova, right? So and the so this is the what's this, Cronos L6015, nicely done as well. And of course the closest competitor for me is the SN004 from Saint Martin, right? So in conclusion, do I think this watch is the best watch for $235 US? That's a tough question because the competition is quite, you know, quite tight in that price bracket, right? So but if you like this style, right, so if you like this style of case, is much smaller, a bit thinner lug style here versus the this modern sub design, you can see how thick the Cronos lug is. Yep, I think this is the best combination, best combination between vintage and modern. So because if you don't like this smaller SN004, I think this is the best option as well, right? So of course, as of now, you only have a limited colors and hand style available, but soon I do think that Saint Martin will milk this design and produce quite a lot of other variations as well. And of course, we have this adjustable easy, what do you call this, on the fly macro adjust. It will appeal to a lot more user, right? So yeah, and for that, I think this is a great value for money watch. But of course, what do you guys think, right? So if you guys like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more future video reviews such as this one, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Stay safe and bye bye.